Alexander Fleming was born on August 6, 1881, in Scotland. He was one of four children, along with four half-siblings. His father was a sheep farmer and died when Alexander was only 7 years old. The rest of the family also worked on the 800-acre farm a mile away from the nearest house. He attended many different schools before moving to London at age 13. There he lived with his older brother Tom, who was a doctor of medicine. He was schooled in business with boys over 2 years older than him. From that training, he easily got a job in a shipping office for 4 years. He did not enjoy the job very much, so at age 22, he went to study at St. Mary's Hospital Medical School at the University of London. He was able to pay for schooling with the money he inherited from his uncle. Before attending school, he took the entrance exams, which he received the highest scores out of everyone in the United Kingdom. Alexander was studying under Sir Almarth Wright, who was a pioneer in vaccine therapy. In 1908, he won a gold medal as the top medical student and graduated in 3 years with a Bachelor of Medicine and a Bachelor of Surgery. He then became a lecturer at St. Mary's. Between 1909 and 1914, Fleming established a private practice as a venereologist. He was one of the first doctors in Britain to administer a drug effective against syphilis. Fleming served in World War I as a captain in the Army Medical Corps for a short time. After witnessing so many soldiers die from infection following battle wounds, he set out to find a cure for bacterial infections. However, in 1918, he returned back to St. Mary's to teach. Alexander Fleming had two wives. The first one, Sarah, he married on December 23, 1915, and later died in 1949. He had his only child, Robert, with her. Robert later became a general medical practitioner. A few years after Sarah's death, Alex remarried a colleague named Amelia from St. Mary's on April 9, 1953. She later died in 1986. Fleming was always interested in natural bacterial action of the blood and in antiseptics. While in the military, he worked on antibacterial substances which were not toxic to animal tissues. In 1921, he discovered a bacteriolytic substrate which he named lysosome. A few years later, while studying influenza, mold had developed a bacterial-free circle around itself. On September 28, 1928, Fleming found that staph could not grow near the penicillin mold. He ended up naming this new substrate penicillin. He tested the toxicity on a laboratory mouse and a rabbit, however, never injected the staph or other disease-causing bacterial first due to his beliefs that cures come from within the body itself. Two other scientists worked for 10 years before they developed it enough so that it could be used today as a drug. By the 1940s, mass quantities were being produced by the American drug industries. Penicillin became the most effective life-saving drug in the world, and it is believed to have saved over 200 million lives since it first made its appearance in 1942. In 1945, he won the Nobel Prize in Medicine along with Howard Florey and Ernest Chain. From 1951 to 1954, he served as rector of Edinburgh University. On March 11, 1955, Alexander Fleming died of a heart attack and his ashes were placed in St. Paul's Cathedral in London. The discovery of penicillin saved millions of lives and has become the beginning of modern antibiotics.